Hello, hello. Week 3 of the Golden Bachelor. Spoiler alert. Hopefully you've seen the episode for this week. Christina and Edith were eliminated this week. And Joan, she received a rose, but she decided to quit the competition.
I just got your message, sweetie. How'd you sleep last night? My daughter just had a baby, and it wasn't a normal, everyday delivery at all. I thought if I let this go long enough, you were going to figure it out, but I know that you're really hurting now because you wouldn't have sent that message. Things go wrong. And even if everything went right, you need your mom. I'm figuring it out, okay? I'm figuring this out today, all right? My family will always be first. Once you become a mom, you're always a mom, even when your kids are older. Nothing is more important.
There she is. I've been wondering where you've been.
Where's I?
We were just talking.
See how she comes in, she doesn't have the rose in her hand. So the other ladies, when they get the rose on a date or rose outside of a group date, they carry the rose around with them. With Joan, she's empty-handed.
About you. Come in here and join us.
Where have you been all day?
Are you okay? Oh, Joan?
Got a text this morning that I have to go back and be a mom.
No.
Yeah. My family needs me. And I selfishly came here to do this, and my heart is breaking that I'm leaving, and I wish I could be here for this whole journey.
You just had a connection.
I know. I hope that one of you finds love with Gerry, because I gotta tell you, he's just honestly, I know everybody keeps saying this, he's a really amazing guy.
I woke up this morning feeling like $1 million. I'm going to a one-on-one date today, and last night my time with Joan was very revealing. We had a pretty nice connection.
The connection's about to end.
I don't expect problems. I only expect to build that connection, and it's a nice feeling.
Gary's the nice guy. He just got through with a great date. He's like, the sun is shining brighter than it normally is. He's happy. And based off her facial expression, talking about Joan, he should have sensed, she's saying yes, 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 but it's really no, no, no. And unfortunately, in real life, a lot of women, they'll go on date with guys. They're not really interested in them. They're not available. They'll go because they're hungry, or they'll go because they're bored, or they'll go because they just want to get out the house, or they just want someone's attention, but they really don't have any intention of actually going forward. Now, I'm just, it's just me looking at it from the outside looking in. This really could be a real thing with Joan and her family. Family does come first. She knew her daughter was pregnant. And even though there's complications, her going back is going to give the emotional support, but it's not really much Joan could do, because Joan's going to be a grandmother, and I'm sure the daughter can use the support system and the help. What about the husband? And just hear me out. I know y'all probably disagree with me. Just hear me out. The grandmother, grandfather, they are good as a support system and helping out, but the best way to be a parent, you got to be able to figure it out on your own. And the grandmother and the grandfather, they're just there to give you verbal guidance. But as the parent, mom and dad, you do have to figure it out on your own, because you don't want to rely too much on family, because then you end up taking away from their life, and now they're re-raising kids and they're trying to get on with their life and start their own connection, because Joan is 60. She don't need to be re-raising kids. I mean, she's already raised her kids. The children who are grown, the mom and the dad should be able to come together and kind of figure it out and call on the grandparents as far as guidance. I don't think that necessarily was a good reason for Joan to put her life on hold to continue to be in service as a grandparent, because she's 60. Let's just say this whole thing is real, but understand that Joan is 60. So if she takes a year out to help out family with these problems, she more than likely is going to spend the rest of her life wanting love, but never being able to have it, because she's constantly being burdened with family. And that's what ends up happening to a lot of older people, the big mamas of the world and other people. They really want to find someone, they really want to be happy, they want companionship, but they can't get it because they're steady having to help their family over and over and over again. And it just prevents them from being able to really have a life of their own.
I think you have to block that.
Well, hi there.
You're looking handsome.
Thanks. I'm surprised to see you out here.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, and I'm wondering if I could talk to you for a couple minutes.
Absolutely.
She has the breakup face.
First thing I want to say to you is thank you so much for last night. It was one of the best nights of my life. Like, our connection was like so deep, and it's like the first time that's happened to me since my husband passed away, honestly. And I was for the first time envisioning a life with somebody else, which was just like amazing. And I felt like it like healed my heart like a lot, honestly. And as you know, it was really hard for me to come here.
Yes.
And since I've been here, the things that were kind of playing at home haven't gotten any better. And I got a text this morning, and I think that I need to go home and be a mom right now. So as much as I don't want to leave, and I don't want to leave our journey, like, I gotta be a parent. And I gotta go home to my kids. And
So I understand.
I knew you would.
I get it. I understand. But I can't tell you how disappointed I am. I was so excited this morning. I was out of bed dancing.
Yeah. And now, Gerry, let me stop you right there. This is a good thing because you're in the dating phase, and what you don't want is baggage. And just hear me out. So everybody goes through stuff. Family has problems. Life happens. But understand, Gerry, that Joan is 60. So if she has family problems like this and she's 60 and you guys are just dating, that means if you do choose her to actually be in a relationship with, you're now having to deal with problems that may be outside of the scope of your depth. You guys are too old to be having family problems. It's not like you're in your 20s or your 30s. She's 60. So that means whatever she's dealing with and whatever her family's got going on, and of course it's out of their control, it's not Joan's fault, she may be dealing with this for the rest of her days. So it's actually a really good thing and noble of her to quit the competition, because in my opinion, when you date someone, you need to date somebody who doesn't have that much, if any, baggage, somebody who can be emotionally available to you and even have the bandwidth to put you on their schedule and make you a priority, so that way you two can actually form a connection and be married. Because the way it's looking, if any of these ladies, and I said this in one of my earlier videos, if any of these ladies have financial issues, emotional issues, family issues, because people are 60 plus, they may never be able to find a connection, and you'd be wasting your time being tied down to somebody who has problems, and you guys are in your golden years.
Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her.
And I know it sounds harsh, but that's just the reality of dating in your golden years, really dating, period. If I meet somebody and I'm like, hey, are you single? And they're like, yeah, but they're referring to like their marital status, but they're not really single, that's baggage. Or if they have unresolved issues and they're not getting therapy, that's baggage. If they have financial problems, like they can't afford their bills and they really need help with their bills, that's baggage. You want to go into a situation being able to build together versus having to carry someone and drag them to their destiny and to their finish line, whereas that's going to put a burden on the relationship, especially when you guys go through hard times. This person already has a lot of anchors to their ship, and now you're trying to support them, help them, and carry them, and you guys really just met. Yeah, I know a lot of you all probably are not feeling that. Like, yeah, when you get together, Gerry should want to help her. He should want to be a provider and a protector. And yeah, that is true. But you can only provide and protect to a limit, especially if you're in your golden years and in a fixed income.
I was thrilled that we had a conversation like we did. But there's a moral compass that we both share.
Yeah.
And sometimes the right thing to do is the hardest.
Although I know I'm doing the right thing for my family, I feel like I'm doing the hugely wrong thing for us.
Don't worry, there's a bunch of other ladies in there. You may have not made it to week 5 anyway. Yeah, it's other women in there. They'll pick up the slack. They're probably glad that you're gone, Joan, to be honest.
I understand. I'm so disappointed.
Me too.
I'll be with you.
Thank you. And thank you for being like the best person ever to go on this journey with.
I mean, you could still get the phone number and then, if when you get back home and after you figure out what you figure out, maybe we could still, hook up outside the show. Oh my God!
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah. It felt really good last night, honestly did. I was so joyous. Like I walked out of there feeling so happy and like had a vision of what life could be like.
She broke up with him to go back home. They did a last minute kiss. I mean, hey, after week 5, even though I'm gonna pick one of these women up in here, I could still, hit you up and slide in your DM. That's what I'd be saying. That's what I'd be doing. Like really, when the competition would have started, I would have had my top 5, and whoever don't make it to the end, I'll still slide in your Instagram and just kind of see what's up and see what's popping with you, because even though you're not the main, you can still be the side. What? What the fuck? If those are real tears, ladies and gentlemen, then that means Gerry probably wanted her to be top 1 or 2, definitely week 5. And he's thinking man, the women that are in there that are left, I don't know. The other ones that are in there, they're good, but they're not great.
I hope one of my good friends back there gets to spend their life with him, because I think he's worth it. My heart maybe got a little fixed from Gerry. He's helped with the journey, because as you get older, you become more invisible. People don't see you anymore. Like you're not as significant as when you're young.
Like I just said, she's 60 years old. So if she is putting her life on hold to help out family, which is noble and she should do it, nothing wrong with that. Understand that when she goes back to wherever she's from, other people who are 60, they're not going to be looking like Gerry. They're not going to be in the same situation as Gerry. Not everybody who is 67 retires. Some people spend the rest of their lives working because they have debt, issues, got to help out family. She may never find out the Gerry where she's from. She may spend the rest of her days doing the online dating thing. She might want to find Gerry on Instagram and holler at him, because I don't know. So that's the video. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumb up the video, share to your social media, subscribe, and click the notification bell if you have not already done that. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and thank you for the support.